Today we are talking wellness with brain rehab supplements and with Grant A. Fairbanks, MD, Art of Plastic Surgery.
And we're going to be talking sleep. And remember, do not host a television show while you're sleeping.
Never a good idea. It doesn't go well. All this and more happening right here, right now, so don't go anywhere. Stick with us. Talk365TV starts now.
And welcome back to the show. Beautiful morning right here in the state of Utah. Speaking of Utah, the Utah Falconz.
Ooh, our favorite girl football team. Girl power.
You know, this is amazing. And I was just talking before the show. I have been associated with them, I think, coming up on 7 years. And it just, time flies. But this is a class organization. They've won a couple national championships. And it's well coached. Well, just a great organization.
They are fun to watch. These are ladies that are athletes that have trained hard. They're giving up their free time.
Yep, they're all, a lot of the women are moms.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, just some amazing women. And if you want to do something that would tie your business into something that really will make you feel good, come out to a game at Cottonwood High School. We've got the schedule up. The games start in April and go through the month of May. And then if, like most seasons, Coach Rick and the whole team will be going for another national championship. But if you want to tie your business to a great group of people, something that'll make you feel good about sponsorship, and it's this group. So we've got Samantha's number up on the screen. She's the president of the team, and you'll feel good about it. Great organization.
Incredible
Games at Cottonwood
tax
High School.
write-off.
Yep, tax write-off.
Right? If everyone's always looking for a good cause, if you look into their team and you look on their website at their players and you read up about them, who they are, what they do, they are phenomenal women. They are leaders in our community, and they're out there playing football, and it is real football. This is a very competitive league, and if you want to go have some fun, get out there to the game. Trip will be hosting, of course.
I will be, and you
can join him. Throw tomatoes.
They let me have as much fun as any PA announcer. PA announcer, normally, Dan Roberts, our friend from the Jazz, they have a very tight script.
Right.
I can do whatever I want.
They let Trip fly like the eagle he is.
The eagle,
or turkey, depending on the day.
Well, I like to have fun with the referees, and the referees don't take themselves real seriously.
Oh, that's good. They don't beat you up after?
Louise Bean, our quarterback, was in her 40s, so I started equating, and she's retired, wonderful quarterback, but I started equating her to the Tom Brady, and she gave me, she told me I was number one.
Oh, nice.
Yes, she was very appreciative of that. So never mention a woman's age to a quarterback.
Or anyone.
That'll work too.
I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. I don't know, does Tom Brady, he advertises he's over 40, but does he advertise each year? Did he before that? Because he's proud of it for the most part.
I can give some advice here. Let's say hypothetically you have an opportunity to marry a supermodel who makes $40 to $50 million a year. Do it. We'll be back after this short break.
I think I might do that.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned. I'm interrupting this commercial right now. Retailers have canceled MyPillow, and to thank you for your support, I'm going to pass the savings directly on to you. Go to MyPillow.com right now to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. For example, you can get my premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, the lowest price ever.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com. This will be everlasting love. This will be
Fall in love twice a day with Talk365TV on CW30 or anytime online. Talk365TV, it's an everlasting love.
Today's wellness news you can use is brought to you by Brain Rehab Training. And welcome back to the show. Those of you who are watching probably have done something that we all do in the last, let's say, half day, and that's sleep.
Or you hope you have.
You hope you have. And it is funny because I've gotten a chance to get to know through my pilot buddy a bunch of FedEx pilots, and the toughest part of their job is they will go from flying days to flying all night and only have a day to get adjusted.
Oh, wow.
So it's flying on the backside of the clock, they call it. But
Yeah.
think about that. My wife, Vita, has complained about daylight savings time and said she's still...
Oh, I'm completely screwed up from it. I'm always screwed up with
That's 1
sleep.
hour.
But that's a big hour, though. It messes me up too, Vita. I feel you.
So anyway, you guys are both insane, and it's just a matter...
In the best way.
Yeah, a matter of... I don't know what it is, but...
Deep
so
sleep.
here-
It's a matter of getting some tools in your pocket that will help you out. And this is something that Dr. Hatch created. You've been a
I've used
beneficiary.
it. I'm a fan of it.
It is amazing. The supplement on its own is actually a game changer when it comes to getting sleepy and falling asleep. And you have the sleep apps to prove it. All kinds of people love to take the test and go do the sleep apps and show on your actual phone, your watch. What is it that you use? Just run on
I
your
had
phone?
a watch, but as usual, I buy the cheapest high-tech watch. I didn't
From
get it
Wish?
from Wish this... Oh, I've got a funny story. We'll tell it in tomorrow's show.
Okay.
I got to tell it right now.
Okay.
My nephew was a college athlete, and now he's selling stocks for Fidelity. And they are in a big watch. You know, they're all rich guys, and they got a
Right.
big watch culture. So he is buying a $2,000 watch. I am embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
You don't spend $2,000 on a watch.
I was going to say that's not even that much for a watch, is it? Like
What a
Rolex
way-
are like 10 grand.
If you want to feel good, do good. Send that $2,000 to a food bank. Okay.
Or Falcon football.
Falconz football, even better.
Right.
But I sent, and you're going to see this right now, I sent this watch to him as a joke. It is the most gaudy watch from Wish.
Right.
It was $15, but with shipping it's got fake diamonds, gold. You can see it right here. I'm sending that to Eli as
He
a
will
joke.
love it.
He will probably wear it
He
on
will
the
throw
days
it
he
away.
doesn't wear his 2000. Getting
Right.
back to sleep.
Getting back to sleep, yes.
But here's the important thing. So in talking to these pilots, if you go in the Air Force, they have courses in sleep.
Yeah.
So the Air Force guys and military, they realize the importance of this. So they've been teaching it for a long time, but Dr. Hatch has come up with kind of a whole formula, a course. It really makes a lot of sense.
It does. We have a new deep sleep training that you can get online for free. If you log on to enroll.brainrehabtraining.com, and what you're going to get is Dr. Hatch's top 5 lifestyle tips for getting a better night's sleep. And then beyond that, he offers brain exercises. Now, his exercises are so powerful. We've been filming them so that we've got them for their clients. They can just have them on their phone and make their life a little easier. In the process of filming them, Dr. Hatch got wiped out for a week because he was doing these exercises, and so they are very powerful. But these sleep exercises are safe to be done by everybody and children, and they will just help lull you into a nice, calm sleep, especially if you take the supplement, you're gonna sleep longer. My real recommendation though is spend $9.99 right now and get the extended training, which will go up at the end of the month and be back to its $25 rate. But right now they're doing a special for $9.99. You can get all 5 of his top deep sleep exercises, the 5 tips. I mean, you can't even see a doctor for $25, let alone $9.99 for sleep troubles. And I'm telling you, this will change your life. And if you don't believe me, check out Kody, who will tell you all about how it's changed his.
Talk365TV's Wellness Minute is brought to you by Brain Rehab Clinic.
I'm Kody Epps. I'm at the Brain Rehab Clinic. I'm a football player at BYU. I've been playing football since I was the age of 3. I've been playing all sports since the age of 5. The reason I'm here at the Brain Rehab Clinic is because as an athlete, I've had a couple of concussions in my life that were not fully cured. The first day I got here, I went through a series of testing, which was a testing of eye movements, of hand-eye coordination, stuff like that. When I went in and looked at the results, they were not the best. I was functioning properly in the real world, but when it came to the stats and analytical side and the data of kind of what was going on with my brain, it wasn't functioning at a high level. So with that, I learned that kind of my balance was off, and also reading some of the stuff that he's talked about. When your balance is off, it can trigger problems in your sleep. When your eye movement is off, being a football player, that can, delay seconds in movements that you make. And me being a receiver, I have to catch the ball. So a lot of times I could have a hard time tracking the ball because my eyes aren't moving at the same speed that my brain is. So a supplement that came up that Dr. Hatch created is deep sleep. The first couple days, it didn't kick in necessarily, but it took about a week and a half until it really kicked in. And every night since then, I've been getting really good sleep. I was waking up ready for school. I was able to pay attention a lot more. I was able to focus when I was in the film room and weightlifting. So it's definitely been a great benefactor for me. For me personally, I believe that taking deep sleep, coming here to rehab my brain, has been very beneficial. When you're rehabbing your body and you don't get enough sleep, that's when injuries occur. That's when problems with not being able to function at a high level, move at your top speed is on the field for me as a football player. Same as here, working on my brain. When I work on my brain here, but I'm not getting the proper sleep, it doesn't turn over, it doesn't have a great impact on me in classroom, when I'm in the film room, when I'm on the field trying to articulate, when I'm trying to understand and just dive deep into what I'm doing at the current moment. So with that being said, I recommend that everybody in the world takes deep sleep. I say this because it allows you to dream better, it allows you to feel better when you wake up. There's no tossing and turning, being able to decompress. So by the time that I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go, I'm focused, I'm ready to decompartmentalize everything that I have to do with my day, and I'm ready to have task-specific focus on each part of my day. Deep sleep will always be a part of my routine.
IRS, open up.
The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with a Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free, so pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-760-9217. That's 800-760-9217. 800-760-9217.
Fall in love twice a day with Talk365 TV on CW30 or anytime online. Talk365 TV, it's an everlasting love.
Talk365 TV's Talking Wellness is brought to you by Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery.
And now we're going to talk about an artist/plastic surgeon, and those two go together.
They do. So Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks from Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery is a fourth-generation Utah artist. We have been working with him for a couple years, and I've known him for quite a while. His work ethic, the way he approaches plastic surgery is something to behold, because as someone who would be thinking about anything to do with surgery, you would want to have somebody in a consultation process who would really understand aesthetics and like the golden ratio. I mean, you would want someone who has an artistic gift, and that's what this guy brings to the table.
Let's be adults.
Okay.
We're talking a little breast augmentation.
Oh, we are talking breast augmentation, and a breast augmentation special right now that is happening. He never does specials, and this is a very discounted rate that you have access to if you act now.
So, what is worse than a bad breast job?
Something on your face would be pretty bad.
Okay, good point.
But I think obviously a lot of times people end up going too large for their frame, and I think size is something that really concerns a lot of women when they're thinking about this whole thing. Type of implant, placement, all of these things are things that Dr. Fairbanks will walk you through and help you understand based on your bone structure, how wide your ribs are, the fill amount. I mean, he really will help you know what is just going to make you look naturally beautiful, and especially with mommy makeovers. The mommy makeovers, I just don't think reconstructive surgery should be considered plastic surgery or looked down upon, because these are ladies who've had kids and then their breasts have fallen down and then they've stayed down, or they've gotten big and stretch marks and things like that from having babies, I think you so deserve to be able to get in there and talk with Dr. Fairbanks. And with the special happening right now, you can log on to their website and watch the virtual consultation. We did a long interview that we basically broke down everything you want to know about this procedure and all the other procedures, because there's a breast lift, there is breast reconstruction, there is breast reduction. Now, for a lot of women out there, their problem isn't necessarily that they want to be bigger, they want to be smaller, and they have back problems and neck problems, and they often just are like, I so wish I would have done this sooner. So walk yourself through this and sign up for a free consultation if you mention Talk365TV, which is a value of over $150. Plus, you will be able to get the special that they're offering right now. So log on and check that out, and be sure and get in there before this offer is over. It won't last long.
Today's Talk365TV's Talking Wellness is brought to you by Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery with wellness team expert Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Talking Wellness series. I'm Holly Love, and today I am back with our wellness team expert, Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks from Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery. Hi, Dr. Fairbanks.
Good morning, Holly. How are you?
I am doing so good, and I am so excited about today's topic. So we're going to dive right in because we are talking all about breast augmentation. So we are going to review all the options, who's a good candidate, all the things that you want to know before you go in and have a consultation about having this done. So let's start with candidates. Who is having this procedure done?
It's typically a woman who is unhappy with the size of their breast. They feel somewhat self-conscious, wants to be able to fill out a swimming suit a little better or a blouse. Often it will also be the woman who's had children and has found that she's feeling deflated after breastfeeding and feels that she would like some more volume, and they just want to feel more feminine. And so breast augmentation or breast enhancement is within the top 3 procedures in cosmetic plastic surgery. It is very popular, and it does make a lot of people happy.
So beyond that, is there an age limit for who is able to get that done?
Typically, I like to start at the age of 18 and older. I've even done breast augmentations on women in their 70s. But typically, those are people who've already had the breast augmentations and we're replacing them.
I see. Well, let's talk about the types of augmentation you can have, because there is silicone, there is saline, there are different sizes. How does that all work?
Well, the silicone breast implant is the most common way of augmenting a breast. And the FDA finally approved these in 2007 for cosmetic purposes. The new silicone implants are safer than they were, say, back in the 80s when the shells were very thin and the gel was actually more liquid. Those implants would rupture. Nowadays, the implants have a thicker shell and the gel is more cohesive. So these don't leak as much or as readily as the older implants. And the FDA recommends that after 3 years that the patients start doing MRIs every 2 years, because really that's the best way of determining the leakage. And it tends to be a favorite amongst patients. They feel that it feels a little more natural, and we've been using these for breast reconstruction all along, even during the moratorium that started in the 1990s. So the silicone breast implant is now the most common implant that we use nowadays. But your alternative is a saline implant, which is the silicone shell, but then once we put it in the body, we fill it up with salt water, so it looks very much like a silicone implant.
Just more hard.
Well, some have told me it feels like a water balloon. Some think that it feels very similar to the silicone implants. But when these fail, these deflate, come back to this, and then we know that it's deflated because the breast is smaller.
And you're saying with as strong as they are, typically it's not like they pop, it's more that it's just over time they get a crease and then they rub and then they just get a small hole or a thinning.
Yeah, there's a thinning in the shell.
Well, let's talk placement, because I know there is under the muscle and over the muscle, there is different places you can have an incision. What do you suggest for your patients?
My preferred method is under the breast. We call it an inframammary incision, which is underneath the breast. Through that incision, I can see better the anatomy. I feel that I have better control with bleeding and protection of the nerves that provide sensation to the breast. The thing is eventually the implant will have to be removed.
Right.
And so typically when it's replaced, it'll be removed through the inframammary, and then it has to come out that way. And so might as well start with it from the beginning.
And the scar too, you can hardly see it. It falls right under the fold. It's nothing to be concerned about. You would have to have a microscope basically to know that it was there.
I haven't had any patients complain about them.
Well, so beyond saline and silicone, what else do we have?
Well, the other option, I think you're alluding to fat grafting. Fat grafting for breast augmentation is becoming more popular. It is a very good procedure, and it is the more natural way of doing your own breast augmentation. So what do? Liposuction, breast augmentation, well, they're both within the top 3 procedures in cosmetic plastic surgery, so why throw the fat away?
Exactly.
So little liposuction of the hips, the thighs, the belly, and then once we process the fat, we then put it into the breast through 2 port sites, one on the lower inner portion and the lower outer portion. And so the incisions on the breast are very small nicks. And it's through those small nicks that we're able to put the fat through with what we call a cannula. So the size of incisions for fat grafting are significantly smaller than those for silicone or saline implants.
I'm gonna say how many of you have not said, why can't they just take it from here and here and here and stick it in here?
And the answer is yes.
I love that answer, yes, but there are some precautions because I can't donate for you if they're just too skinny to have their own, but you do have to have a certain amount of fat.
Well, the limiting factors is how much fat the patient can give themselves.
And how many times do they need to have this done?
Well, this is a procedure where less is more, because the fat that you transfer from, say, the hips to the breast needs to have a blood supply to stay alive. And if you put in too much, there's a certain amount of fat that won't survive because it doesn't have a blood supply. So typically the patient will have at least 2 and sometimes 3 procedures to finally finish up their ultimate goal.
Well, let's talk size, because I think that is always a very big topic of concern for people who are wanting this. Like, what size should you be? How big? How little? Is there any kind of artistic measurement? You, with your artistic background in sculpting, I would imagine you know exactly what a body needs to look great.
Well, yeah, and I appreciate that. Personally, I like to see somebody who's proportional, and I go over proportions with my patients. So for more petite women, a smaller implant is what you want, and if you're taller or broader chest, you want the bigger one. It's the width of the implant. However, the size of breast is really individualized.
Well, let's talk recovery, because I imagine recovery for a typical silicone or saline breast augmentation versus the fat grafting breast aug has a little bit of different downtime. So let's talk, what can people expect from the results?
For the implant breast augmentations, it can be a little sore. Being placed under the muscle, it stretches the muscle, but you know, it's tolerated really well. And so I ask people not to do any heavy lifting or strenuous exercise for about 6 weeks. And I find that I get good results with my patients in doing that. With the fat grafting, it's pretty much the same. I ask them to be very careful with the breast, especially for the first couple of weeks, because that's the time when we're developing a nice blood supply to keep that fat alive.
Well, now for those people out there who are interested in having this done, what's the next thing for them to do?
Well, the easiest thing is to call us. You can find a telephone number on our website, fairbanksmd.com, and call and set up an appointment.
And for a limited time, if you are online and you enter promo code Talk365TV or you mention Talk365TV, you will get that consultation for free, but not for long. So definitely jump on that while it's still available. It's a huge value. And the consultation process, as I mentioned before with this guy, is absolutely phenomenal. He will thoroughly go through everything that you need to know, want to know. As I mentioned, he is a 4th generation artist. He brings this combination of artistic skill with advanced surgical techniques, and you couldn't ask for a better advocate to walk you through any procedure. Dr. Fairbanks, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Holly. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Talk365TV right after this.
Talk365TV is proud to announce their new studio home, Ignite Studios, for all your video needs.
So, Holly,
Yes.
I had an audition earlier, a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Did you get it?
I did not.
Oh.
As a
rude.
gay helicopter skier. And this is for the biggest bank in the country.
Oh.
So one of the things that is gay couples are becoming more mainstream. You
Okay.
see it a lot more in ads.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Now, here's the problem.
Okay, you're very,
Straight.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm...
And
So-
not that you're not liberal, because you're very open and you're not a judgmental person. We
No,
don't
no, no,
mean
no.
it in that way at all.
I was hoping that that would be enough. But I got to the finals and we had an audition. I had an audition and it was a Zoom audition. We had a casting director in LA and New York.
Uh-huh.
And there were scenes where my significant other and I were going helicopter skiing.
Okay.
So I got to the finals because of my skiing.
Right.
They saw the tapes and they liked it. And, you know, I do have some ability at acting. But so long story short, I know the finals are coming up for on Monday for the final auditions. And we had some neighbors over for dinner. And I said to them, you know, I'm doing this audition. How could I be a little more gay? And both these guys looked at me up and down and said, dress better. Vita was so happy. I've never
Right?
seen her during our marriage so happy because she gets on me all the time. And this was,
She's done really well for you.
she
Except
just,
for the wrinkle side of things. I don't know. She's had to work on you on that one.
well, here's the thing. She just ordered Tommy Bahama shirts for
Nice.
our cruise next month.
You're such a cute couple. I love it. I want pictures, Vita.
We're
I'm
actually
so excited
doing,
for you.
We're doing Europe twice in 6 weeks this summer.
That's going to be so fun.
So we're going over with Jim, you know, the
Yep.
attorney to the stars, and Whit and their wives, and we're doing a bike trip up the Danube River. So we'll be in
Oh,
4 or
wow.
5 countries, and then we're going back later. So
Have you been cycling?
Um,
Is your butt in shape?
we just got e-bikes. And
I don't know what that means.
the electronic bike. That's the thing.
Oh, e-bikes.
E-bikes, that's what
So
everyone
you're not
is getting.
even biking, really.
Oh, you're biking.
A little bit, but you can brake. You can like coast.
No, you got to keep pedaling, but it helps a lot.
I've never ridden one of those. So you can't just like hold still and it'll go.
No, you've got to
You
pedal.
have to keep going.
But
It just helps
you
power.
out. But e-bikes are that is taking over the world. E-bikes.
Well, I would ride an e-bike anywhere.
You could outside the studio.
Yeah,
You could ride up any hill. You could ride up to the temple in Bountiful.
really, because it just scoots you.
It helps you. It helps
so
you
it's
out.
not so taxing on the legs,
No.
apparently.
And
Well, then I believe you're going to make it. I was a little worried for you.
okay, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
We've learned about breast
E-bikes,
augmentation, the Falconz,
Breast augmentation,
sleep,
sleep trainings.
tacky watches
I think
from
this
Lish.
has been an incredible show today. We've covered a lot.
Well, you know what? We're going to do it again tomorrow. For Silvia, I'm Trip. That's Holly. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.